I'm not a perfectionist, but I know what I want. There's a lot of different mind games that happen when you're creating a full body of work, a full album. It obviously starts with exploration, and that is to me, and I think you could ask any musician, artist, anybody who does anything creative what the most fun process is, and it's definitely the brainstorming process, the exploratory process, just looking for something. Because when I start an album, I have no idea necessarily what the tone is going to be, what the vibe is going to be. The first few weeks are so much fucking fun because you get to do anything. I can make a rap song, I can make an EDM song, I can do this, I can do that. The world is your oyster to kind of try anything. That's the most fun. It's very important that through this first phase of kind of exploring, looking for a sound, you finish shit and you like chase ideas down and you actually like give them thought that they deserve. Because there's magic in those first moments. That's where you're like catching soul and vibe and groove, and you need to capitalize on that magic when that magic exists. Because the later the process of making an album goes, the more detached you get from the music. The more tedious it gets, and it's harder to tap back into the initial magic of that. And then there's kind of the next phase, which is starting to take shape. And I think from that point on, it's a lot of fun as well, but it requires vision. It requires knowing kind of what you want out of your album. I can mold and contort them all to kind of make sense together. Once a whole bunch of loose and stray ideas start to kind of come back down to earth, we have this package here. This is an album. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. Creating the ideas, that is the fun part. But 90% of making an album is finishing it and just fucking sitting down, committing, and getting it done. This album, Midnight, which is our next album, by far above and beyond my favorite music that I've ever been a part of personally. And I think it's the best music that I have ever made, easily. A done album that needs editing is way more valuable than 100 unfinished ideas. So don't forget that. Later.